Hi, everybody. I'm Christopher Lowell. Now, in the last podcast, I covered how intuitive computer technology has brought us the closest we have ever been to finally understanding what creativity is. Now, if you haven't heard it yet, please do so before continuing. Creativity is the skeleton key that unlocks the preferences of who we individually are, just as the discovery of DNA has unlocked how we individually function. So you could sort of say that creativity is the internal yin to DNA's physical yang. You get it? I began teaching creativity re-engagement over 30 years ago, well before the computer age. Even without the universal language that computers have now given us, I was still privileged enough to enable the Human Creativity Program, first for thousands of students academically, and then through workshop attendees, and finally for millions of daily viewers on national television. It's a long story, and you can read all about it in detail on my website under Journey of a Lifetime. What's relevant here is that at an age where a majority of we everyday Americans are finally on the brink of asking the most important and probing questions about ourselves and quality of life, it will be our inherent creativity that will hold the individual answers to those ready for the information, those who are finally ready to right-size up. Think of your personal creativity just like the internet, where all the answers to who you really are databased. You know, the hopes you once had when you were still an optimistic life virgin, it's all there. All the dreams you considered for yourself when you felt maybe more invincible than you do now, where there seemed to be plenty of time to experiment and pursue everything you were curious about, with what seemed endless sources of energy to propel you forward from one lifestyle idea to the next. Well, all that stuff is creativity, and it's just sitting there on our individual hard drives that connect us to our own personal browsers. You just forgot the password. All the transcripts of those amazing conversations that you had until the wee hours of the morning, with others as invested in them as you were, they're all still there. The epiphanies about life you discovered when fear was never the issue, they're there too. When you were so receptive to new concepts, no matter how abstract, yep, it's all there. All that is your creativity, which didn't just disappear. You just redirected your search words to other pages. You enabled new filters that fit more with your physical life than your inner life. You filled your desktop with so many folders and programs that ate up your memory, slowed your processor with folders filled with content that could have been, well, dragged to the trash years ago, freeing up a whole lot more space. Here's the good news. Creativity is universal. It has no age. It has no time frame. It just is. So it's never too late to re-engage that creativity program that every human being brings with them. It's never too late to clean your hard drive, reset your feeds, and reconnect your inner GPS signal so you can hear yourself again. But to do it, you have to start making more conscious and intentional choices. This process starts by first doing a little homework. You have to know which folders to trash, that are all full of content that you thought you wanted, so you can free up memory space for the content you really want now. You do have to rethink those old apps that have been zapping all your energy, full of content and spam based on ideas you once thought were so important, but maybe are realizing now that they were just handy defaults to get you to the useless information quicker. Think of RightSIZE UP as your new internet provider with a host of new search engines and upgrades. Think of RightSize as your new IT service that helps you find the login page you forgot about so you can reset your password, which runs the most powerful creativity software every human possesses. The same program that's always been there and still remembers the truth and essence about you. Only when you start really rethinking your true priorities, free from all that stuff in your head, which, by the way, is just you talking to you, can you reboot on a new frequency that better bridges your inner creative world to the outer world. With your personal creativity also comes a very sophisticated firewall that you'll need to better protect you from the often confusing and stressful outer world in the first place, which is why creativity was hardwired into us from the very beginning. When your outer world is finally the real reflection of the inner you, and not the other way around, your concepts of what you need to be truly happy completely change too. Once you have a clear vision of how you want to live, can you then begin to purge your life of all the stuff that no longer applies to it? It's like taking a trip. You can't pack properly for it unless you know where you're actually going. Otherwise, once you're there, you spend more time dragging your luggage around than having a good time. I'll talk a lot more about this in detail in many of the other podcasts. Meanwhile, you can read more about it at RightSizeUp.com. If it's easier because it's me to remember my name, I'm Christopher Lowell. Go to ChristopherLowell.com and click on the Right Side Up masthead. Super simple. Anyway, bye for now. Have a great day.